Where does bringing Cody Bellinger back rank among the Yankees' offseason needs?
Pretty simple, gang. Priority number one for me, if I'm Brian Cashman. I'm not even thinking twice about this. Priority number one, because of what Bellinger brings to the table from a versatility standpoint. Offensively, he has transformed his game. He strikes out less. He's got this great 1-0 strike approach where he looks to launch and he looks to take the ball out of the ballpark and certainly take advantage of that short porch at Yankee Stadium. But I love for a team, Johnny, that has so much swing and miss, and we saw this throughout the postseason. So many guys struck out. Cody Bellinger with 2 strikes has a different offensive approach, and he looks to put the ball in play, and he's going to hit it where it's pitched. And I just think it's so refreshing, and the gamer, ball player element that he brings to the table cannot be understated in any way. This is a guy you have to bring back. Now, we did this a year ago with Juan Soto, where we would do these offseason discussions. So it's like, oh, Juan Soto's got to be back, got to be back.
Yeah,
and we know what happened there. I get the sense Cody Bellinger and the Yankees are a match made in heaven, and at the end of the day, I expect him to be a Yankee.
I'm with you, JJ. Time now for Albalytics. Alba, go in depth into Bellinger's numbers, as only you can.
Well, I agree with JJ that it should be top priority to bring Cody Bellinger back. But I will say this, outside of Aaron Judge, the Yankees haven't given $100 million or more to a position player since Jacoby Ellsbury.
Been a while.
And we know that did not go well. So we'll see if they do it. But I think Cody Bellinger warrants it because you brought up the games played, 152. That's pretty good for any major leaguer over the course of a 162-game season. That's his most since 2019. Injuries have labored him over the past several years. So that's a good sign that you want to see. But I love this number 2, the strikeout percentage. In a league where strikeouts are at an all-time high for batters, Cody got the lowest of his career this year at a pretty hitter-friendly ballpark, I will add. The second highest wins above replacement of his career. How many wins are you contributing to a team? 2019 was his MVP season. He was over 7 for that. It was a tremendous year for him either way you look at it. And WRC+, how many runs are you creating for your team? 100 is league average. 125, that's the second highest of his career outside of that 2019 season. This is a great player that we're seeing right now with the Yankees, and I think he fits well for the Yankees, but he also could fit well for the New York Mets as well, because if you take a look at how his splits actually manage with one another. Obviously, a much bigger sample size with Yankee Stadium, right? 83 games he played for the Yankees this year, hit above 300. JJ, you mentioned he's perfect, tailor-made for Yankee Stadium. The power's there, but 20 games is a sizable margin to look at for him at Citi Field. He played for the Dodgers. He played for the Cubs. Hitting around 270, 7 homers, 18 runs batted in, and a higher OPS at Citi Field. I think if the Mets were to get in on him, be it as a center fielder or maybe at first base as a replacement for Pete Alonso should he walk, Cody Bellinger, there's a pretty good chance he stays in New York City either way.
We'll have to see how Mets fans feel about that, but the numbers obviously speak for themselves. JJ, you talked about how versatile of a player he is. How important is the defensive versatility that he could offer by playing in the outfield and also at first base?
Well, it helps you a ton for a couple of different reasons. The Yankees may need a center fielder if Trent Grisham is going to go and play elsewhere. You're going to have no issue and no problem with Cody Bellinger playing center, but that was one of his plays, if not his play of the year against the Mets during the Subway Series. Shoestring catch, beautiful throw, covers a ton of ground. You want to give Aaron Judge a day or 2 off as a DH? Hey, you may have to give Aaron Judge more time off in the outfield depending on how this offseason shakes out. All 3 of the outfield positions are covered, and in a pinch, if you need him to go and play real quality defense at first base, he can do that too if you're in a situation where you have a bunch of defensive players in the outfield. Maybe Ben Rice is your first baseman and you need a defensive caddy at the end of the games. You have a lot of different ways you could slice it and dice it with Bellinger, which enhances his value.
I understand that. He's a solid defensive player, and I think the bar was really low for the outfield for the Yankees with what we've seen from the past few years. But if you're talking about like defensive runs saved, like Anthony Volpe had more than he did at different positions still. But I think we tend to overrate him a little bit as a defender, but as you did say, JJ, he's got good speed, and I just think for any team that needs to plug and play a player, if someone's hurt or if you need a little depth, that versatility absolutely goes.
And he's going to be reliable, right? Like at the end of the day, if you're looking for reliability defensively, you're going to get reliability
if the health holds up, which we liked what we saw this year, but that's no guarantee, as we know in Major League Baseball.